Hey everyone, so hello from California. Today I wanted to show you guys the Microtech Exocet. So let's get into it. This is a California legal OTF, which stands for out the front if you don't know, and that is this type of switchblade with a button that you press or you push or slide or whatever, and the blade comes out of the front. Double action, indicating that I can just pull the button back and it comes right back in. There are some that you have to do another motion to close the blade after it's been deployed. So, double action OTF made by Microtech for us Californians, in which the state does not permit us to carry any switchblade with a length of over 2 inches. So, this puppy is right at like 1.9, so it's just below the 2-inch mark there. Not a very threatening blade, a little dagger blade, but once it's under 2 inches, then the style of blade, whether it's single or double edged, does not matter anymore. So that's cool too. It gives you that option to be able to also carry a little dagger like this. It would be cool though to see if Microtech eventually comes out with more of these with a single edge, maybe with a spine back here or something. Maybe they'll have like a little Tonto one, and you can rest your finger on that back spine to do like finer tasks or whatever. But this one is pretty easy to fit in the hand for doing fine cutting tasks, and it's wide enough to grip it like a regular knife if you're trying to, like, you know, put some pressure on something, which I probably wouldn't do, simply because of that thickness that you have of the blade there. It's a very, very fine blade. Very good for smaller, finer cutting tasks. I would not chop or do things like that with this. So yeah, I love that it's double-edged. Kind of keeps you with the option of being able to use one edge for certain kinds of tasks that are heavier for cutting, like boxes or zip ties or things like that. And then you can save the edge on the second edge for other things like food, or, you know, if you're trying to, like, I don't know if you've ever had to cut paper, or you have to like just like do like slice something. You need a nice sharp edge for that. You don't want to be trying to do it with a dull knife and rip a paper or whatever. So that works well for that. I do appreciate that this one is double edged, but we'll see what other variations Microtech comes out with in the future. Maybe they'll have different ones. That would be cool. So this here, let's talk about the clip a little bit. So this is a money clip, actually. This is advertised as a money clip slash switchblade. Can be used as a pocket clip, but I'll be honest with you guys, I have a precise comparison here because everybody's got one of these. I got a paramilitary too. Everybody's got a paramilitary too. Normal size knife. It's not crazy or anything. It's not just to show you the size comparison from the knife itself. And there you go. There you have it. God. Talk about the balance on this thing another day. Look at that. It's beautiful. But for now, I needed to just stay still. For size comparison, there's size comparison in thickness and blade length. You can see that it's a fairly wide knife. Even the blade, you have like good width. I do like that you have like a almost full size width on blade and handle, and depends on the size of your hands. I don't have very big hands. Size medium in gloves, and I can grab it from end to end like this. If you have a little bit bigger hands, maybe your pinky will stick out, but the point is you get a very comfortable grip for such a small knife with this guy, and I do appreciate that. What I wanted to show you here to compare sizes to, though, is not just the knife and the width and all that stuff. I wanted to show you the pocket clip comparison. Look how thick this puppy is. That is a big ass clip. Forgive me if you're, you know, offended by the language or whatever, but there's no better way to say it. This thing is wide as hell. If you're going to use it as a pocket clip for the outside of your pocket, it is not inconspicuous at all. Maybe if you're wearing like light colored pants, it'll maybe blend in a little more. But anybody that's got knives, anybody that's had knives, or that knows somebody that's had knives at one point that they carry, they see this and they immediately know that person has a pocket knife, they're carrying a knife. I've been able to tell myself in some cases what kind of knife it is. Obviously, like, I like knives enough, and I've been around them where I can look at a pocket clip and somebody, and half the time if it's like this, it's obviously it's like, it's a Spyderco or it's a Benchmade, or sometimes it says it on there, ZT. Look, this one says Microtech. So point being, this is not a great clip for the pocket. However, for the bills, it's really good. So for starters, you get this little ramp over here. So it doesn't really matter how wide your fold of bills is, it's gonna slide in pretty simply. Nothing crazy, nothing like you're not gonna be struggling to do that. I've tried to use other knives as money clips before, and that sucks. The G10 is gonna mess up your bills, and these things are too tight. Look at this, is not springy at all. This thing is tight. I've messed these up, one of these Spyderco ones up, putting it in a waistband of some sweats that I had. I was going somewhere, I wanted to take my knife with me, and I just took my knife and my phone, but I remember I got my phone, put it in the pocket, I got the knife, and I put it like in the, so I wouldn't have to put it in the pocket, put it in my waistband, and then when I took it out, there was a gap between the scale and the clip, and I had to order a new clip and change it, so that was unfortunate. This guy is very springy. So as you can see, I got 3 bills right here. It's not like a big wad of money, but it's like, I think what would be average, you know, like just like 3, 5 maybe. I put a little more than that, and it starts getting like, it still accepts it easily. You don't have to force it in there. This thing is very springy, and I really like how they did this. They like scored it over here so that it'll flex there when you're stretching it open, instead of bend this heavily creased angle, and that's what is going to give you that like weird gap later, and you're going to have a floppy pocket clip, and your knife's going to be falling out, and all kinds of bad things happen. So I really like the design on this thing as a money clip more than anything. Not to mention, let's go back to the people that know, like you and I. You're watching this because you like knives probably. You see somebody's pants with a little shiny thing like this, you know they're carrying a knife. Same, this thing is huge. Look, it's bigger than the Spyderco clip. It's longer and wider. It's like 4 of these guys. It's kind of crazy. But let's now talk about how beautifully this hides the knife when you have money in there. So I've already been at places where I'm paying for something, and I go to pull this out of my pocket. I have money in here, and I take it out. I'm able to count my bills. I throw it back in my pocket while I count it, and then I put the money back in it or whatever. When I get the change, I generally throw that in another pocket, because I just want to keep, like, I don't want to stick a bunch of ones in here and have it be like super wide. So I just keep like the unbroken bills here. But I can pull it out of the store and put it back in my pocket and use it as a money clip, and it is so beautifully inconspicuous. This is no longer a knife in anybody's eyes. They see this, they're seeing what you're doing. They see like a springy metal thing, and they see you pulling money out of it. Unless they know what it is, or unless maybe they're into knives themselves, or they see the switch, or for some other reason maybe they get a really close look at it, this does not look like a knife when you're just using it like that. So I really like that. It can function as a last ditch kind of knife. You can keep it as a secondary knife just in case, you know, maybe you carry this one every day and you use it for all your hard work, and you've been cutting boxes at work all day, and you get home and it's filthy, and you want to open something and this is all full of tape, gunk or whatever. Maybe you're not at home, maybe you're in your car, and you don't have another knife. You can't wash that one, you can't clean it. Well, you have a little secondary knife. Maybe this one's cleaner, maybe this one will help you get the job done. So I've been carrying it as a secondary too. I've been carrying my Opinel actually. I don't have it with me right now, so I can't show it to you, but I've been carrying the Opinel for my main tasks, and this guy pretty much just as a money clip. So it's been getting used like that more than anything, but it's been getting used nonetheless, and I gotta say it's like super smooth. And I can't really, I don't know, it's hard to describe how addicting the little bit of recoil you feel from a switchblade in your hand can be. And you just get to play that all day, and I'm really enjoying this knife. It's a little gimmicky, yeah, but it's a collector's item. This is not a knife that you're gonna spend the money on. You can look up how much this knife is. I'm not here to give you all the details you can pull up off the web. I'm just here to show you what I think of it when I have it in my hand, because there's some stuff that the internet doesn't always tell you, and you find out when you buy it. So before I let you go, I want to talk about that also. The switch is super smooth. Okay, I've had one other Microtech in the past, and it had like a breaking period, I guess, that I read about on the internet. That it's like I looked it up. It's like, is it supposed to be this stiff? That thing you had to really press it in and out, and you're gonna laugh, but it wasn't even a regular size one. It was before this one came out, when their California legal OTFs were like this. This is a Chinese knockoff, so it's not it, but they were pretty much what this thing copied. They were a little UTX 70 with a shorter blade. And man, that thing's switch was stiff as hell, and it was not a big enough knife where you could get a good grip on it to really give it a push. By the time you start pushing it enough for the blade to come out, it's like slipping off your hand. So this knife did not have that at all. I gotta say, right out of the box, this thing was smooth, does not take a lot of pressure. And I'm not just saying that as a knife guy with, you know, like callousy thumbs or whatever. I did give this to my girl. She can open it and close it easily too. It doesn't take her much effort. These ridges here really grip your skin, but not like in a damaging way. It's just, it's like a comfortable kind of jimping. So I like how they did that. But I did see another model that I guess they made special for what was it, like some event that they had, where it was a black blade, okay, and then it had the switch was black, but instead of having the raised part in the middle where you're pushing the whole button to the front from the back to open the blade and to close it, you're pulling the whole button from the front to the back. It was actually raised on the ends, so your thumb rests nice and comfortably in the middle of the button, and when you're pushing up on it, you're pushing on this edge that's raised, so it just keeps your thumb more centered. It looked a little more slick than this one and more tucked away, so I would love to try that one someday if I can ever get my hands on that one. Not to mention, it looked beautiful with blue accents and a black clip. It had a blue hardware here, so it was just really pretty looking. Real quick, I talked about the pocket clip. I forgot to mention this. Some other people talking about this is reversible. This is not reversible, guys. Unless you've made your own like thing to remove the proprietary screws that Microtech has, you can't take it off really. And then if you do, if you look closely here, this is recessed on one side for the, let me take this out of here, making it blurry. This is only recessed on one side for the clip to go in, so you can't flip it around. Now I am curious to see as if you'd be able to maybe like take it off completely and just leave this little glass breaker. It's not, I wouldn't really call it that, but it's more like a fancy lanyard hole. You could leave this on there without the clip. That'd be interesting. Maybe it would probably look cool, but you definitely lose that really cool feature of being able to carry your bills in there. All right, so I think I covered everything. Overall, this is a super classy mini OTF. I've been really enjoying it. I feel like this is good for any situation, no matter where you're going. If you're going somewhere fancy, if you're going somewhere casual, if you just got your sweats on, you're going to the store, you can throw it in your pocket with your money in it. I think it's really cool, and I'm gonna keep you guys posted on it. I'm gonna keep posting pictures of this guy on Instagram because it's just such a beautiful knife too. Please feel free to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. It's gonna be linked down below. It's all my knife pictures and stuff like that. I'm gonna be linking my YouTube to it. I don't know why I haven't done that before, but kind of just like dawned on me, like, I do knife stuff on YouTube, I do it on Instagram, I should just link them together. But anyways, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if you own one of these, or if you've been wanting to get one but they keep getting sold out or whatever. And I'm here to interact, and I'm here to talk about knives, guys. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.